to go ahead and record. Awesome. All right. Well, welcome. This is our consultant to district manager training. And the purpose of this training really is to equip people who decide not only, hey, I want to be a consultant and I want to earn a little bit of money with this business, but I actually want to start in the growing to the different leadership levels or management levels. I love that with Arbonne, there are only 4 levels of management with this company. That keeps it really very simple, keeps it very straightforward, and we're really going to talk numbers towards the end and kind of get clear on what the numbers are and what you all need in order to move from consultant to district. I do have, for those of you that are maybe wanting to take notes, I have about 8 points. So I will say point 1, point 2, and kind of help you go through that process. If you are taking notes, I would definitely encourage that, because I am going to give you guys some good information that you can start to implement in your business. So point number 1 on really moving from a consultant to a district manager is believe that you can do this. Okay, once you believe that you can do this, you really have accomplished half of the battle, because we operate out of what we believe. So one of the things that I have learned over the years with my business with Arbonne is that I am really a result of my beliefs, good or bad. And sometimes that can be like, ooh, I don't really love that, but it is true. And so there is a part of this business where you have to believe it before you see it. You have to envision it. You have to get clear on what you're going for before the people show up, before the sales show up, before the team shows up. So when you believe that you can do this, you really have accomplished half of the battle. Belief also has a sound. In the beginning, you're going to borrow your uplines belief. You're going to borrow your sidelines belief. You're going to borrow the belief of those that have gone before you. That's why it is so important to plug into trainings like SoundCloud, like the Learn and Burns, to really fill up your belief tank. Okay, because you can only pour out to others what you have first poured in to yourselves. And so as you do that, you're going to glean from others, and then you're going to be able to be building your own belief. My belief, it comes down to 3 things that you're going to grow your belief in. 1 is yourself. 2 is Arbonne as a company and our products, and 3 is this profession. And if you ever find yourself struggling or feeling stuck or feeling kind of at a roadblock or an obstacle, one of those 3 areas has a crack or a gap in the belief. Okay, so it's your self-belief, belief in your own ability to do this, your self-image, what you're capable of. 2nd is Arbonne as a company and the products. And the 3rd is the profession of network marketing or social marketing. Okay, so you need to borrow your uplines belief. You need to plug in. You also need to understand that you will be going first. Always. The pace, the speed of the leader determines the pace of the pack. You may sponsor someone who is more of a go-getter than you, who runs faster than you do, who has bigger dreams and desires or a why than you do, and that's awesome. That's a wonderful thing, okay? But they're kind of like a unicorn. They're a little rare. Most people are going to follow at the pace that you have set. So the speed of the leader determines the pace of the pack. So know that as a leader, and you're leading yourself right now, because before you get entrusted to lead others, you first have to lead yourself. So you have to know that you're going to go first. And then the last thing on this is make sure that you're guarding your focus and guarding your influence. This again goes back to, what are we listening to? What are we putting into our belief tank? And there are some influences that you might just have to cut out for a season, or you might have to just silence them for a season, okay? You might have to just not take advice from people more messed up than you for a season. You might have to just, not listen to the negative Nellies and the drama Debbies and the people that, are really wanting to always live in this less than position. You might just need to kind of guard your focus and guard your influence on that. So belief is number one. Believe that you can do this. The second is you need to be having a very clear why. Consultants don't have a why per se. Consultants moving to district manager and beyond, they have a why. The why is why you are doing this. You have to know why you are willing to get uncomfortable, why you're willing to grow, why you're willing to make the sacrifices, why you're willing to learn to do new things. There is a saying that when the why is clear, the how figures itself out. And I have seen this play out over and over and over again. When you have an intention and you have a clarity of purpose, getting the job done, you figure it out. And you need to define that why, not only for yourself because that anchors you to this business, but it's also what you share with people at your events. It's what you share with people when you call for the bookings, because this business has to be bigger than I love the products. It has to be bigger than that. And so you get really clear on this why. The why is going to change over time as you accomplish whys. A good rule of thumb is that your why should make you cry, not sob, maybe like a blubbering mess at your parties, but it should connect your head and your heart. It really should be emotional for you in a way that you have connected up that this business is the vehicle to get you to the place, get you to the things, get you to the choices that you want to have in your life. Okay. Point number 3 on growing from consultant to district is plan to promote. Your business grows when it becomes a top 3 priority in your life. That's really kind of my rule of thumb. And you can decide, what those other priorities. For me, really my faith and my family is priority number 1. When I had a full-time job, that was really priority number 2. I know for most people, they start their business working a full-time job. So it takes priority in that it takes a lot of time precedence, but then your business becomes third. My friends at different seasons of my business, because I've been intentional about growing it, they actually become a priority after this business. Volunteering, fun entertainment events, vacations, spending time maybe with extended family and hitting all the birthday parties and the anniversary things and, all those things, those are lower on the priority list than this business. Your 10 to 15 hours a week must be scheduled into your calendar, because you have to know when you're working, because you can absolutely work this business on part-time hours. I, for over 10 years, have consistently worked this business on part-time hours, meaning I worked sometimes in some seasons where my business was flat or it was going backwards. I worked less than those part-time hours, but I have never worked more than 15 hours a week in this business. It's really always been more around that 10 to 15 hours a week, but you can't work it in your spare time because you don't ever have spare time. You'll fill it up with laundry, with other people's schedules, with the next fire to put out, the next volunteering opportunity, the next show on Netflix. You'll always find something to fill your time with. So you do have to schedule your time. And there's some great trainings on that, putting in, your non-negotiable time, and then putting in, those negotiable things that you have, and then really seeing on a weekly and a monthly basis, where is the time that you can plug in 20-minute appointments, where you can plug in group events, where you can plug in, things like that. So you have to plan to promote. Promoting in this business doesn't happen by accident. Promoting in this business doesn't happen in your spare time. It is an intentional, purposeful working of this business and following that recipe. So point number 4 is, we're talking about promoting to district manager, but I really want you to set your sights on area manager. Area manager is level number 2. Area manager is 10,000 QV in a month. Really, all the QV numbers when you're starting out as a consultant are scary and intimidating. So there's really not a big difference if I tell you to go for 6,000 QV in 1 month or I tell you to go to 10,000. It all is just kind of like, That's a lot. I don't know how I'm going to do any of that, right? So focusing on area manager is about building a team, getting the benefits of leveraging your time, and learning to build strong. And it's that principle of if you shoot for 10 and you only hit 6, guess what? Ta-da, you're still a district manager in 1 month. So really, because I believe for most people, when they get a comma in that paycheck, when they're earning between $1,200 and $3,000 a month, their investment of time of 10 to 15 hours a week feels worth it. It feels like that's a great return for my time. That's when they feel really more like a business owner. And so I love to be painting that picture for people of going to area manager as quickly as possible. So get your sights set on that. Start seeing yourself as an area manager. Okay. So now we're moving into practical steps, and I've got 3 practical steps on, okay, this is great because these first ones are really more related to those mindsets, what you're looking at, how you need to prioritize this business. But now what do I do? Step 1 is you want to be in business, meaning you want to have your products, you want to have your catalogs, you want to have your labels on your catalogs, you want to order some business cards. The website, our team website, life-by-design.me, has a tab called Consultant Resources. It lists out how many copies we recommend you having of each of the pieces of paperwork to take to an event. We have links on where to get your paperwork printed. We have links and suggestions for business cards. You want to be in business, be prepared. Really, the purchase of the products is what throws your hat across the fence and says, I'm in. Okay, it makes that commitment. It's like when people decide to start a photography business. People that have a photography business and they just use their iPhone have a different level of commitment to the business than people that then go out and buy a $3,000 or $6,000 Canon camera. This business, you don't make a product investment like that, but I do recommend that you get your products, you get your catalogs, you get yourself prepared, you know when you're working, and you plan to promote. That's what a business owner would do. If you opened up a boutique, if you opened up a franchise, you would be prepared for your customers, okay? So you really want to be doing that as step 1. It's a mindset. It's a getting prepared. Really, when people say that people are, oh, she's so lucky, she's just sponsoring everybody, or she has all this activity on her calendar. Luck is just when preparedness meets opportunity. If you're not prepared, an opportunity presents itself, you miss that opportunity. Okay, so you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared with your products, with your catalogs, with your schedule, so that when an opportunity to book something, an opportunity to drop off product, an opportunity to share comes up, you're prepared. Step 2, this is practical step 2, follow the recipe. This is a business where we grow businesses, not because we become the very best consultant who does all these super unique and cool things. We build a really big business when we follow a recipe and we teach other people how to follow a recipe. I have just been reading in a really great book here, and they were just gave a quote on the definition of a leader, which I thought was awesome. And it says that a true leader will take others where they would not have gone by themselves. And so that's exactly what we do in Arbonne. We take people and we lead them to where we've gone. It's this very duplicable, however you say that, business where we follow a recipe. The recipe works. It works every time. The recipe is 30 people in a month. And there's different reach out methods for how we get in front of those 30 people. But when you get in front of those 30 people and you do it consistently, month after month after month, you not only promote, but you grow this business, and then you teach other people to do the same thing. Okay. So first, within this step 2 of following the recipe is book your calendar. Find 30 people to listen to the 20-minute overview ASAP. Consultants, people who just have their account and they're kind of dabbling and they're like checking out the business, they're gonna find 10 people to share the 20-minute overview with. If you're wanting to grow to a district manager and beyond, you're going for 30. Okay, this is really just a numbers business, and you decide how quickly you're going to get in front of those people. You get to decide, do I want to get in front of 30 people in 30 days or 15 days, or do I want to get in front of 30 people in 300 days? You get to decide. But the more quickly you get in front of people, the more quickly your business will grow and the more quickly it will multiply out. There is no problem in your business that activity won't fix every time. Because if you have a crack or a gap in any of those areas of belief that I talked about earlier, activity helps really shore those up. Activity refines the skill. Activity gets more people in your funnel. Activity builds your belief. Activity grows the confidence. That's what it does. So you want to be doing that with the 20-minute appointments. You also want to go and book 6 groups for your calendar. Okay? Because we're spinning these 2 plates. You guys have heard me talk about that a lot. We spin the plate of 20-minute overviews. We spin the plate of group presentations and sharing the products, naturally growing our market and networking out. A full calendar says I'm committed, because anybody can purchase products. That says I'm in. Not everybody books a full calendar. A full calendar says I'm committed. Okay, so your calendar is a direct reflection of your commitment to the business. And more importantly than that, it is a reflection of your commitment to your why. So if you say, I am doing this business because I want to have more time with my kids, or I want to get out of debt, or, let's just use those 2 examples, and you have 2 things on your calendar and you're getting in front of 5 people for the month, that all that does is that just reveals the level of commitment that you have to that why. Okay, so I love that because it's really straightforward, and it really just shows people exactly what where they need to fix their business and really to keep growing. So the 3rd step is to sponsor. Expect to build a team. Expect people to say yes to joining you. Operate from a place of attraction. Operate from a place of abundance. You don't need anyone. You're not needy for anyone. You're not desperate for anybody. You're not chasing people. You're not bothering people. You're not annoying people. You simply have a gift that you're offering people, and you're letting them decide if it is the right gift for them in that season. 1 in 6 households, have already said yes to a company like Arbonne. In the next 8 years, that is going to increase to 1 in 3. What our job is to ask and to sort. Everybody's in the maybe column. Your job is simply to ask them, let them answer and decide for themselves, and they get moved to the yes column or to the no column. If they get moved to the yes column, we get them signed up, we get them launched, we get them going. If they're a no, here's the secret. They're really probably just a no for the next 3, 6, maybe 12 months, and then you go back and revisit them. Nobody really is a no forever, but we do need to be asking them. When you start to sponsor in your business, what that says is I'm all in. Okay, when we purchase the products and we get prepared, we're in. When we book a full calendar and we follow the recipe, we're committed. When we start to do that and we sponsor people and we say, come with me, come do this with me, I'll teach you this recipe, I'll model for you how to be successful, what that says is I'm all in and I'm not going anywhere. You will find your ability to attract and sponsor people into your business more easily when you're all in. when they don't think you're going anywhere in 6 months. If you say things like, well, I'm just trying this out, we're just going to see how it goes, I don't know, I mean, I'm not taking it too seriously. Do you think that they think that you think this is a business? No, they think you think this is a hobby, and they don't really want to waste their money or their time following you down a road of a hobby. But when they see in you a committedness, a conviction, a steadfastness of, I am doing this and I would love for you to come with me. And if you do, awesome. And if you don't, it's still awesome because I'm still going. When you have that sense of resolve about you, it attracts people to you because you're not needy for them. You don't need them to say yes. If they don't say yes, you will find somebody. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. And you need to know that when you're sharing with people, when you're at a party, when you're learning this business as a new consultant moving to district manager, you're gonna mess up, you're gonna flub your words, but you can't say the wrong thing to the person that is right and ready and ripe for this business, just like I can. But on the flip side, we can't say the right things to the wrong person. When somebody is closed off, they're not ready for this, they're negative, we could have the best presentation, we could have the best event, and they're still gonna say no. So you have to know that you're just committed to doing this no matter what, and people will either bend to you or they will bend away from you. But you go first. Like I said at the beginning, you have that belief and you piggyback off of the belief of your upline until your belief is solidified. Okay, so now we're gonna move in quickly to the know your numbers. So here's some numbers and we can chew on these. I'll open it up for questions at the end. But here's the numbers. You can go from consultant to area manager qualification in 1 month and 30 days when you do $10,000 QV as a team. $10,000 QV as a team in 1 month puts you into qualification for area, and then you can finish over 2 or a 3-month process, okay? The cool thing about this is if you're a consultant and you go and you do 10,000 in month 1, not only are you in qualification for area manager, but you've actually completed district manager at the same time, because you can do district in 1 month by doing $6,000 QV. Okay, so that's point number 2. 6,000 QV in 1 month gets you to district manager, or 6,000 QV split up over 2 months gets you to district manager. Okay, there's some little kind of idiosyncrasies within this 6,000, but your sponsor will work with you on it. The number you need to focus on is 6,000. That's the number, okay? The third thing, if you go for 6,000 and you don't hit it, guess what? Awesome, no big deal. But 2,500 in a month gets you into what we say is a strong qualification for district manager. It means then you're growing a little bit month number 2, and you go to 3,500, and now you've done that 6,000 in those 2 months. Arbonne has an awesome new consultant in kind of a cash bonus program right now, where, and this is August of 2017 for dating purposes, when you as a consultant do 2,500 in QV for the month, and you have 2 signups. The signups can be a consultant, it can be preferred clients, and they each have their minimum 150 order. You get an additional $100 on your paycheck. That's awesome. I don't know many jobs that just say, hey, here's another $100 that I'll give you on your paycheck. And Arbonne is doing that to set you up to be successful as you grow this business, okay? So how do these numbers break down? You might be wondering, like, good golly, Missy, how in the world do you get 10,000 QV? Or how do I get 6,000 QV? Or maybe you have pretty limited belief right now and you're like, well, how do I even get 2,500 QV? First of all, we go back to point number 1, and you believe that you can do this, okay? You can do this. So how these numbers break down is you are looking to sponsor 1 to 3 people every month who do 15 to 2,500, so 1,500 to 2,500 QV. When you do that, it's going to start to multiply out. How do we break down this 1,500 to 2,500 QV? It comes from their startup order. They're going to be placing a startup order of 500 QV, maybe 1,000 QV. It's not costing them that, but they're getting a skincare set or two. They're getting a nutrition set. They're getting the makeup set. Guess what? They're getting it all at 50% off. It's a business investment. It's a tax write-off. It's their own personal product to use. It's just a no-brainer. People need to be a product of the product. This is a product-based business. You can't recommend what you're not using, okay? So some of their 1,500 to 12 or to 2,500 is going to come from just their startup order. Then you're going to teach them, and you're going to be doing this yourself, to just be finding 5 people that you can simply help them change their brand. They're going to become your preferred clients. They're just product users. Everybody goes to Target or Dillard's or Macy's or wherever, or Sephora, and spends $150 on product. Show them how to get $150 in product, or show them how to get the ASVP skincare one, or the nutrition one, or the makeup one at 40% off, okay? You do 5 of those, that's gonna be anywhere from another $750. If you do it with the ASVPs, it's gonna get you somewhere up into the 1,600 QV range, okay? It's all a decision, and it's you believing what you can achieve, okay? And then they have their 2 launch events. Their 2 launch events can be anywhere from 500 to 1,000 in QV as well. And you put that all together, you can see how we can get to 1,500 to 2,500 in a month with a new sign up, okay? That's always the goal. So think about, if you're doing this, plus 3 other people are doing this, 2,500 in sales, 3 people, 2,500 in sales, ta-da, we're at 10,000, okay? That might come from you doing 2,500, you sign up these 2 people that do 2,500, and then this one, she goes or he goes and signs up one that's 2,500. It's all cumulative. There's no sponsoring requirement in Arbonne. There's no sign up requirement in Arbonne. So cumulatively, you can get that 10,000 in 1,000 different ways. You can get that 6,000 in 1,000 different ways. But you can see how, by painting the picture for you of 10,000, 2,500, and 6,000 don't seem so scary if you're willing to follow the recipe. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you all, because that's how you move from consultant to district. It is a simple process. It is not hard. It is not hard. I have helped people promote to district in 20 days, in 45 days. It takes some people 2 years. It's just their own decision. I'm going to tell you, get there as fast as possible. Get yourself a pay raise. Get yourself that first level of success, and start sponsoring a team and teaching them to do the same thing, so you can move to that second level, area manager. Because when you learn to become a district, you have cracked the code on how to become a nation. Becoming a district is about you learning the process. Becoming an area manager is teaching other people the process. Becoming a regional vice president and then on to national vice president is teaching people to teach people the process. Super simple, right? Okay, so I'm gonna open this up to, I will unmute you all. Does anybody have any questions that they wanna ask? We've got about 8 minutes left.
Driving towards our house or towards the other cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Anybody?
No,
Okay. Well, I'm just going to ask the question that this is Bridget. Hi.
Bridget.
Missy, go over the bonus one more time.
The consultant bonus?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's right here.
$100.
Huh?
Something about $100 though.
Yeah, so you can go to the source and print this off. My printer was kind of, you type in on the source. Hold on a second. You type in on the
somebody isn't muted.
Let me do this. Mute all, and then I'm gonna unmute Bridget. I'm gonna unmute here. Okay. So it's called Independent Consultant Cash Bonus. You go to the source, you type that in. When you are a consultant, if you do 2,500 in your success line. Okay, so that's them, their preferred clients, any new consultants that they sign up. And they sponsor 2 preferred clients and or consultants. Each of those people have a minimum of a 150 order. They get an additional $100 on their paycheck as a brand new consultant.
Okay, and that's different than it used to be 200, right?
No, so I'm talking about a consultant bonus. You're talking about a district manager.
Oh, got it. That's where I was confused.
Yes, this is for brand new consultants. They're
Okay.
able to earn more money more quickly.
Okay.
Part of this, kind of the step 2, is that if they have 500 QV personal, which would come from their PCs, their startup order, then they get 6% of the overrides of their downline as a new consultant. So they're just doing that to add more money to the consultant's paycheck. When you promote to district manager, you can earn a district manager bonus, which is an extra $200. At area manager, you can earn one for an extra $400. And at region, you can earn one for an extra $600. So like for me, just between my region bonus and my car allotment, I add $1,400 to my paycheck. That's awesome. That's a lot of extra cash just from 2 bonuses. That doesn't include any of the income I make off of my own business, my PCs, all of it. $1,400 just extra bonus cash. So Arbonne is doing that, and why I share that is because you need to know how to add more money to your paycheck. And you need to teach people how to add more money to the paycheck.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I was thinking district manager versus...
Yeah, this is a new consultant.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Awesome. Does anybody else?
Piece. I don't know that I had that piece in there about new consultant with the $100. So that's awesome.
It's new. It was rolled out in February.
Okay.
Yep, it was rolled out in February. So if anybody else has a question, you can unmute yourself and ask away. Nope, you all are good. Okay, awesome. Well, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to post it on the Facebook team page, on the YouTube channel, but just go for district manager this month, get it done, and then start teaching people how to do this with you. So re-listen to the training, go through those steps, fill your calendar, and it really just comes down to asking enough. Some people, in order to find those 30 to say yes to the 20-minute appointment, you might have to ask 40 people. Some people, you might have to ask 80 people. I can't tell you how many people you're going to have to ask, but you have to decide if it's worth it to you, if you're willing to put in the effort, regardless of how much effort it requires in order to get the results that you're looking for. I can tell you after 13 years in this business, it is worth every ounce of effort. It totally is. And so just go and get it done. So, all right, I'm going to stop the recording and I'm going to stop the recording.